A 17-year-old schoolgirl goes missing. Her parents rush to the police station for help. They are told to come back tomorrow. Then they are sent to another police station 20 kilometers away. And there, a police officer tells her father, maybe she has eloped. Hours later, the girl is found murdered just 300 meters from her house. Today, we ask a difficult question. Was this just a brutal crime? Or did a system meant to protect citizens fail a child when she needed help the most? Vanakkam. This is T. Suresh Kumar. Thank you for joining me in this episode of the Hindu Focus Tamil Nadu. Today we are discussing a deeply disturbing case from Tamil Nadu that has shocked the people and triggered widespread protests. A 17-year-old class 12 girl from a village near Kulathur in Thoothukudi district was found murdered last week. But the outrage surrounding this case is not only about the crime itself. It is also about what happened when the girl first went missing and her parents approached the police for help. Because the sequence of events that followed raises serious questions about policing, accountability, and empathy. Let's take a closer look at what happened. On March 10th, the girl stepped out of her house around 6 pm to a nearby bushy area to attend nature's call. When she did not return even after an hour, her parents and relatives began searching for her frantically. They combed the forest and the nearby areas, but they could not find her. So the family went to the Kulathur police station around 9:30 pm that day to report their daughter missing. According to the girl's father, the police asked them to come back the next morning. When the family returned the next day, they were told that the station could not deal with cases involving minors. They were asked to approach the Vilathikulam all-women police station located about 20 kilometers away. The desperate parents then travelled to Vilathikulam. And this is where things became even more shocking. According to the father, the inspector there told them their daughter must have eloped with someone. She reportedly told them, "Tell me who she has eloped with, and I will trace her." Imagine hearing this when your daughter is missing. Eventually, after nearly 14 hours, the complaint was finally registered. And only then did the police begin searching. And tragically, the girl's body was soon found amidst bushes in an area just 300 meters from her house. The preliminary post-mortem reportedly indicated strangulation marks. Anger erupted across the region. Villagers staged protests and blocked highways. And when Thoothukudi MP Kanimoli Karunanidhi visited the family, angry villagers surrounded her and demanded justice. The inspector of the Vilathikulam all-women police station and the special sub-inspector of the police attached to Kulathur police station have since been suspended. The Madras High Court's Madurai bench has now ordered a probe by the Deputy Superintendent of Police. But one question continues to haunt this case. Could those lost hours have made a difference? Now, what makes this story even more troubling is that something similar happened before. In 2014, a young software engineer working at TCS in Siruseri near Chennai went missing. Her father approached the local police station seeking help. But according to reports from that time, a police officer in that case also suggested she might have eloped and asked him to wait. Days later, her body was discovered near the IT park with stab injuries. In that case too, the police inspector was suspended for laxity in investigation. Two cases, 12 years apart, and yet the same troubling assumption keeps appearing. What makes these incidents even more troubling is that the law on this issue is absolutely clear. In 2013, the Supreme Court delivered a landmark ruling in the Bachpan Bachao Andolan case. It mandated registration of FIR on missing children complaints. The court argued that filing of a FIR would activate the police in taking active steps to try and trace the missing child. Therefore, it mandated immediate action on such complaints. The same year, in the Lalita Kumar versus Government of UP case, The Supreme Court had clarified that police cannot refuse to register an FIR citing territorial jurisdiction. If necessary, the complaint can later be transferred to the appropriate police station, but it must be recorded immediately. Even the Union Home Ministry has issued repeated advisories to states reminding them that prompt registration of FIRs is the first step towards justice. Courts have also warned police about making assumptions. In 2018, the Bombay High Court told police authorities not to assume that every missing minor girl must have eloped with someone, as often portrayed in films. Such assumptions, the court said, can derail investigations and delay urgent action. So, this raises some uncomfortable questions. Why do families still have to struggle to get missing complaints registered? Why do police stations still cite jurisdiction to avoid responsibility? And why do investigators still jump to the conclusion that a missing girl must have run away with someone? And most importantly, how many crucial hours are lost because of such attitudes? Because when a child goes missing, every minute matters. Those first few hours can mean the difference between a rescue and tragedy. The murder of this 17-year-old girl in Thoothukudi is a horrific crime. Those responsible must be caught and punished, no doubt. But justice must also examine whether institutional failure played a role. For the grieving family, no punishment can bring the daughter back. But the system must learn from this tragedy. When parents walk into a police station saying their child is missing, the response must be immediate, it must be compassionate, and it must be professional, not indifferent, not dismissive, and certainly not based on careless assumptions. Because behind every missing complaint is a terrified family racing against time, and sometimes those lost hours can cost a life. Thank you for watching. I shall meet you in another video.